screaming.
No, it's more like,
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel.
All right, you take it away then. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is what will be the last video of 2017, but by the time you guys watch this, it's going to be the second day of 2018. I don't know, I post on Tuesday, so that would be January 2nd, but this is the last video getting filmed in 2017. So with that, we are going to be heading over to the car show today. We're taking you guys along with us, and along the way we're going to look back at some of the crazier and greater moments of 2017 and the insane growth that we experienced along with all of you guys through whether it be the channel, the Work For It movement, trucks moving on for bigger, better things. We watched the birth of this truck. We watched what's going to be the birth of this truck, and it's going to grow up and do all kinds of really cool things on the BBB build for 2018. It's going to be another great year next year. This year's been an insane year, so let's roll on over to the car show.
oh man, is there an elevator?
No, dude, we just got to climb 8,000 stairs to get to this damn thing. Get it, Doc. Get it. Get it. Get it. Get it. Oh, you're done. You're done. You're gonna pass out by the next one. Next flight, you're out. You're out. Keep going. Keep going. How you feeling?
I feel like $1 million.
So in coming here, I was really tempted to bring the classic, the well-renowned, the absolutely famous dildo microphone. That way we can really host, you know, like a great show here at the auto show, but something tells me being that it's very friendly, and I'm pretty sure today is family day. They wouldn't take too kindly to that. But that being said, let's take a look back at some of the greater moments of that microphone. I've been reading all over the interwebs that guys that drive big trucks got small dicks. Is that true?
Yeah.
Hold on. Into the microphone. Is that true?
Very true.
Well, I did a 4-inch lift so it would match my dick size.
Okay.
I wanted everybody to know. I didn't want it to be a guess.
Gotcha.
So.
All right. Hey, man. Well, the world appreciates honesty, and I'm sure it works out for you.
Oh, yeah, it works fine. I date midgets. It's a little bit harder for them to get in, but I keep a step stool in the bag.
So, guys, I was walking by, and I saw this yellow Corvette over here with a ton of people crowding around it. I don't know how honored we are to have a celebrity here, but let's go check it out. I think we got street speed. Street Speed, what's up, bro?
Hey, buddy.
How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
I didn't think we'd see you out here. I mean, being that we live in the same town and all.
Yep. 619, San Diego.
No, bro, 717.
Oh, 717?
Oh,
yeah, 717. That's right.
There you go. All right, man. Hey.
Shout out to Dirty Max Jack.
And who else are your homies?
Guitar Mageddon.
Hey, man, you should totally race Dmaxryno.
I should.
Yeah, I hear he's gonna call you out one of these days.
Bring it on.
All right, let's do it. You know, it's weird. I'm over here in the Eco Center. I don't see any diesel trucks. I don't get it. Some of the most eco-friendly vehicles out there. So after leaving the Eco Zone back there, I felt like I was starting to get AIDS or something. Luckily, I found a friendly, guys. We're over here in a safe zone. You know, we made it all the way to the Chevrolet. And speaking of Chevy, you guys all remember this channel started with my 2015 Silverado, and we are now transitioning to my 2016 GMC. So let's take a look back at some of the great moments of my 2015 Silverado. Out here, pulling fallen trees out of the roadway, putting that hobo hook to use. So I get asked a few times, or I've been asked a few times, you know, what is the best mid-size truck? And you guys know I'm a full-size truck. I figure if you're gonna buy a truck, there's really no point in buying a mid-size truck. You ought to buy buy the full-size truck. But I get that there's some people out there with weird parking situations, or they want the fuel economy of a smaller vehicle but still have a bed to put shit in. So we're here in the Chevy Colorado. I think this is the ZR2 edition. I don't know what that means, but it's also got the Duramax in it, which is cool. Especially if you're gonna get a smaller truck like this. I think there's no point in not going with the diesel. Spend the extra money, get the diesel. My seat is all the way back. That allows me to fit in this. Chris, how do you fit? You're our resident large person tester. What do you think? Oh, hold on, he's still going back. Now that being said, there's about 4 inches behind my seat, so there would not be anybody in the back seat here with me driving it in this configuration, that's for sure. Nobody would be able to sit behind either of us. But interior wise, they're very similar to the full-size Silverados, which is good. But then they got this stupid center console shifter, and I hate this. I don't like that Ford does it. It just doesn't feel like a truck when they have these center console things. It's like a car. It reminds me of a car. The cup holders are tiny. It looks like you're gonna fit a Red Bull can in there. But they're really not the worst vehicles out there. So that being said, we got a lot of mid-sized trucks here, even though there's not that many on the US market. So we'll check out a couple different options for you guys and tell you what we think. Right?
Yep.
Chris, working hard for these reviews for you guys. What is this, Chevy? What is this? So on second thought, we just got out of the Colorado. I just saw that this Duramax is being made in Thailand, which is bullshit. And they want pretty much 50 grand for this thing. For 50 freaking grand, go buy yourself a full-size truck, right bro?
I think mine costs around 50 grand.
There you go. You can get a 1500 GMC all-terrain for 50 grand, or you can buy that thing for 50 grand. I mean, it just doesn't make sense to buy that. So 2017 was a weird year for law enforcement, and one thing we never did is we never stopped supporting them, and I will always support law enforcement as well as this country. And seeing this truck supporting law enforcement as well as a big American flag on it really takes me back to the time I put the largest telescoping American flag ever on a vehicle. So now we made our way over to the Toyota booth, and I know a lot of you guys were asking why I'm not looking at the Tundra when I was looking for buying a new truck, and I don't necessarily consider the Tundra a full-size truck. It's not. It's more of a half-ton truck. They don't make a 3/4 ton truck. Now that being said, what Toyota does well and what everybody knows Toyota for is the Tacoma. It's been a tried and true legend of a truck for many, many years. Chris has a lot of experience with them. He's had a lot of Tacomas in his life. Go ahead, Chris. Tell them what you think about the new Tacoma.
I've always liked the Tacomas. They got a lot of power. I think the towing capacity on these things are like 7,000 pounds.
So here's my problem with the Tacomas. Now everybody says you buy a Tacoma because it lasts forever, and we've seen that proven true with the older Tacomas. They get 400, 500, 600,000 miles out of them. But we don't know that for a fact with these newer ones. They haven't been out long enough to see those kinds of numbers. And that being said, Toyotas feel cheap to me. I don't know what it is about the interior of these things, but for the money and what they want for them, they just really do feel cheap to me. I think just recently you were able to finally be able to order one of these with leather interior, which is insane to me. I mean, shit, man, how the heck did we end up over here in the Ford booth? You know, Chris came from a Ford. Chris he owned an F-150. That was his first truck. Thankfully, he made the conversion to a GMC, but standing over here in this weird Ford booth just kind of brings me back to that time that I almost screwed up and bought a Ford. Let's take a look back at that. Man, you ever just feel like you're in a foreign land? I couldn't even tell you guys the last time I've been to a Ford dealership. I don't even know if I've ever been to a Ford dealership. It feels so strange here. We're walking onto this lot right now, and the guy just instantly, I say, hey, I want the most expensive truck you guys have. Let me look at that. And he takes me seriously, and that's, you know, I don't know, that plays big into my decision of whether or not I want to buy a truck. And I get it. You see a young guy coming in and he wants the most expensive vehicle you have on the lot. I mean, it can get weird, but if I did that in business, you know, I walked into somebody's house and they said, hey, I want $300,000 worth of work, done to my house, and I said, yeah, well, looking at your house, I don't think you're gonna want that, or I don't think you can afford that. There's no way I'd do, you know, I'd be a shitty businessman. Take everybody seriously, because you never know, you know, you never know. Can't judge a book by its cover. You mind if I get on it a little bit?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Let's do it. Hey, dog. Seeing this sick rally car Lancer here. Remember that one time? I mean, this thing runs on E85. E85's cute. I'm pretty sure we had the first diesel Mitsubishi rally car out there. And as far as I'm concerned, we did this same shit as that's in this picture right here. But let's take a look back at the time that we had the first diesel rally car. Well, I think the radiator's shot. I don't want to go too crazy with it because I want to be able to get it back on the trailer. Sounds just like a 7.3. Thing back on the trailer. Yeah! The Duke boys made it look a lot easier. So one of the questions I get asked the most from a lot of you guys is if I were to own a sports car or something new or something modern, what would it be? And my answer has always been a GTR. GTR has been one of my favorite cars since the day they came out, the newer ones. I'm not a big fan of the old R35s, which a lot of you guys are, but not my cup of tea. I prefer something a little bit newer looking. But apparently, if you're a YouTuber nowadays, GTRs are played out because every single one of them went out and bought it. And so I guess you got to play in the McLaren range now, which we'll go look at right now. This is really weird. Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? All right. So apparently this is the new standard that you're held to if you're a YouTuber. It's the McLaren. This is what you gotta buy. This is what you to be considered a somebody nowadays. Apparently that's what you gotta roll in. And they are nice cars and they are cool cars. And like I've said before, if you guys are watching one of my older live streams, we might have a little bit of a call out coming on when it comes to McLarens. Now, Chris, out of all these nice cars here, we got McLaren, Maserati, Ferrari, Lambos, GTRs. What would be your favorite? What would be your pick?
I'd have to go with a McLaren.
Why you gotta be like everybody else, man? Be your own self. There's a Prius over there. It's okay to go with the Prius.
Well, Street Speed 717 has one.
Who?
Street Speed 717.
All right, so we're coming over here into the Dodge booth, and this kind of brings us back to when my boy Eddie let me drive his 700 horsepower Hellcat. This is not a Hellcat. It's got the Hemi. This got the Scat Pack. This has got Chris being a sick race car driver. But let's take a look back at when Eddie almost converted me to a car guy.
Man.
Oh, there you go. You can handle this.
Ryan is driving.
Let's do this. All right, guys. I'm thinking like, I don't know. Let's see. We'll go hit the drags right now on the way to go get some burritos.
The black key only gives you 500 horsepower.
Gotcha.
The red key unlocks the full 700 horsepower.
Well, we need that. We're going to get burritos.
Well, then let's do this here, shall we? So let's go into SRT mode here.
Oh,
500. Okay, so let's switch that. Let's hit the track. And we are now full track 700 plus horsepower.
So I totally forgot when we're talking mid-size trucks about the Nissan Frontier. I don't know, I just don't think about mid-size trucks, but I know a lot of you guys do. So I figured we'll come check this thing out. And you know, I thought the Tacomas were cheap on the interior, but these Frontiers look extremely cheap. And for some reason, the seats only go back that far, which is definitely not enough room. So if you are, I don't know, 5'10" or taller, I don't think you'd be comfortable with it. But that being said, my 6'3", 6'2 and a half. What are you today?
6'3".
6'3" friend here. What do you think, Chris? Are you comfortable over there?
Seems not comfortable.
It just look at everything's like monotone gray plastic in this thing. Not a fan of this one, guys. Not a fan of this one. I would definitely. I mean, if you got the money and you're dead set on a mid-size truck, and for whatever reason you don't want to go full size, because you can get a full size for cheaper or the same price. It's starting to look like the Chevy Colorado or the GMC Canyon is the way to go for luxury in a mid-sized truck. Dang, what's that? A chemical guy's booth over there? Shit, you guys already know. Let's just cut to that clip. Alright everybody, so we just left the auto show and we're going to wrap up this video as well as we wrap up 2017. I want to thank again all you guys for getting this channel as big and as blown up as it has been over the course of the last year. I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions or anything like that, you know, with the theory that if you're going to say you're going to wait till next year to do it, you're never going to do it. So we're just going to continue the growth that we've been having and we're going to sail into 2018 with the BBB, the bigger, better, better build. A lot of cool shit to come for you guys. Chris, say something nice to the people.
Thanks for watching the videos. See you in 2018.
That's it, guys. So with that, let's roll the outro.
Damn.